So, let's have a look at Komorebi. Komorebi is the next game that Clay's made. We played Winds of Change. So, the same developer. Clay's is also going to voice act in this game. You will also hear many returning voice actors in this game, playing the role of different characters, of course, as this is not related. Also, Komorebi is Japanese and is a word that describes sunlight shining through the leaves, aka what gamers call God rays. So, just as an information for you. So let's see where this is going. I barely have knowledge about this game. I only maybe seen a little bit of it as I peeked into someone who streamed it. But apparently from only one thing, I know nothing of the game. So let's go.
Welcome to Komorebi. You have chosen to take part in a personal experience. In exchange for that, we have given you several options to use. Feel free to do so at your leisure. Your experience will be divided into fragments like these.
How is the audio for you guys like that? Maybe, I don't know, maybe the music would go down once. Feel almost like on Coffee Siphon's side, it's good. Good down, go, yes. Define what you should put down. The reason I ask because I have like background music, I have background sounds, sound effects, so music. Okay. This is 20% less. I feel like that's better. I think I should get going, take some time to think. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, Epitune, for dropping in. Take care and have a wonderful, hopefully a good time thinking. Always feel free to return, and otherwise you know where to find me. Thank you. How's it about now, or shall I go another 20 down? Delay. Wow, 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 wow. This is a text. Unbelievable.
Right now, there's only one. Try saving and then interact with this fragment. Alternatively, feel free to enjoy the view.
Yes. You have a noise? I turned the volume a little bit down for the birds right now. I feel like that's okay. I cannot judge the sound effect yet. I think this is okay, so like this. This should be fine.
Experience opening fragment. A new beginning.
Okay, that counts as sound effect, I guess. But depending how often we hear them. And we set a watch upon her, great and strong Argus, who with 4 eyes looks every way, and the goddess stirred in him unwearying strength. Sleep never fell upon his eyes, but he kept sure watch always. Fragment of lost poem. My eyes flutter as I linger on the precipice of a peaceful sleep. Cars pass by, then fade away, lulling me like mechanical waves of a suburban ocean. However, as enticing as the slumber may seem, this is not the time or the place. As we drive, I keep myself awake with pleasant thoughts, thoughts both old and new. Those vehicles that passed by, where are they going, and where did they come from? I dig deeper and start to wonder who those people were, who they loved and held dear. Billions of people, all with lives fundamentally different from mine. It's a lot to take in. Speak of it, I'm so sorry. I need to activate this pod. Necessary. But this is a difference, but is that difference a good thing or a bad thing? I stop to think and I can't find no answer. As many people say though, the unknown is alluring. That's part of why I'm sitting here right now. I feel a tap on my shoulder and I let out a loud yawn. Giving my friend a slight smile, it isn't long before I received one in return. At least we were both on the same page. There would be plenty of time to sleep later on.
Hey, you alright over there? Ever since we left the airport, you've been dozing off like mad. I thought it was pretty good company, you know? You're offending me.
I shake my head as if doing so would grant me further clarity. Oh, I guess this is actually the voice acting volume. Yay! Hey. Wow. Instantly flirting. You're great company. I'm just really tired.
Yeah, me too. But you're the only one to blame here.
Well, thanks, Mom.
Why did you book the red eye? Now there's a question for the ages. I had some coffee, but not even that could save me.
Okay, right away from the start we see that there are specific things in the things they say that indicate something.
Besides,
Before he can continue, he's cut off by a loud beeping noise. A light on the dashboard starts to flash, causing him to groan in annoyance. He looks down for a moment and presses a button to silence the intrusion.
Distracted driving? Of course.
Technology is making you feel like a child.
Apparently, this thing doesn't want me talking to my friend. I guess it thinks you're a risk? Maybe you should take that as a compliment.
I shrug, unsure of how to respond, as I rest my head on the window. According to the system, almost everything was a risk these days. It wasn't worth losing points, so we sit and remain in silence. Losing points, is this like future China? Sounds almost like they have a system like that in this future. A few moments later, the silence is finally broken. I'm thankful, as things were starting to get a little awkward. But I guess meeting someone for the first time is always like that.
Well, it was nice of him to pick you up from the airport. Isaac, right?
Oh no, I remember both voices.
Make sure to keep people like him close by during a change like this. Things may seem a bit uncertain right now, but remember, that's not a bad thing.
He fiddles with a few papers in his paws before pulling out a specific sheet. Placing it on the table between us, he slowly slides it over to my side of the room. I pick it up and inspect it for a few moments. It's a basic questionnaire.
If you could just fill out the basics, that would be great. Obviously, I know who you are, but we need to leave a paper trail. You fill that out and I'll decide our topics for the day, all right?
I nod, grabbing the pen that rests on the table beside me. These sessions were always boring, especially the first few. A new city and a new counselor, right back to square one. Ah, wonderful. Yay! Yeah. Isn't it great? Like, the worst thing that ever can happen to you is, let's say you go to therapy and you find an actual therapist that fits you, where you feel comfortable and you have good sessions with them. And then let's assume you move like quite a distance. What are you going to do? You're literally forced to find a new one. And that sucks. Because it's so difficult to actually find someone who fits you, where you feel comfortable with. And everybody who has ever taken any kind of therapy knows exactly what I mean. Because it takes time to find a good therapist first. And it just sucks. After filling out the form, I place it on the table and slide it back. The counselor picks it up, inspects it, and gives me a knowing nod.
All that aside, I assume that you still prefer the name Delta? It was mentioned in the note sent over by your previous counselor.
I guess I have to shrink my model more. No. Small cat. Well, I still have possibility to actually cover information. Oh well. But I guess this is better. It's always difficult with games to see where you are the least amount of distracting and disturbing. Of course, the other solution is literally to make a frame and then put the actual game into the frame so you have a dedicated space for your model so you're not obstructing the actual game. Which I might consider doing at some point.
Don't worry, it's normal. A lot of people your age shy away from their birth name. Why spend our lives with something that's been decided for us, right? Things are a lot more flexible than we give them credit for. That includes the future, a fact that people tend to forget.
I really don't know where he's going with this. He taps the papers against his lap, straightening them out.
Allow me to be a little blunt. I mean, we both know why you're here.
I don't know.
My practice focuses on people like yourself, those who saw nothing. Honestly, that's a very small group. It must get lonely for you sometimes.
Right, he's speaking about a very specific fact that is a big part of this game. Which I know because, like I said, I watched some of the streams. Lonely? Impossible! You will see why he's saying that. I shrug.
There's a single question I like to ask my new patients. So, excuse the cliche, but how does that make you feel? Being alone while billions receive a glimpse of the future.
I have all my friends on my pewter. Yes. In the end, while it is still important to have also friend-shaped friends in real life, it's still better to say I have friends on my pewter than I have no friends at all. I thank him for rubbing it in, ensuring that the sarcasm is clear.
It's the opposite, actually. I meant to give you some support. Imagine being constrained by a vision of your future, consumed by it. You have what some people would call freedom, a truly blank slate. Remember, Komorebi is a relatively new phenomenon. Society has flourished for thousands of years without it.
Like us. Feel like any therapist is gonna give up with me after hearing all internet brain rot from me. Well, it depends what you are sharing. Just because you go through a therapist doesn't mean you have to be an open book. Like, I'm not telling my therapist about being a furry. Because it's nothing that I want to discuss with them. Additionally, I also think that people have the wrong idea about the furry community, so I'd rather keep that to me.
Some would consider your situation a blessing. Don't forget that.
We are blessed! I can't tell he's giving a speech that he's given many times before. Because of that, it seems to lose some of its impact and wisdom. As I close my eyes, I simply hope that this is all over soon. Mo. Yeah, God, it's using the American system. I hate it. 4 dates. The TV report continues, and I open my eyes with slight hesitation. I've only been here for a few days, and rest is almost impossible to find. Damn boy, look at this apartment. What the fuck? This boy, whoever's apartment it is, has money. At least it looks like that. A new start to a new start to your life is always stressful after all. At least I have friends. I have friends! My parents are already suspecting that I'm a rainbow because I haven't got a girlfriend since 9th grade. Yes, no, you could also be just literally asexual, which probably they don't even know what it means. But yeah, like some people are literally not interested in a relationship, and that's okay. But I understand why you're saying that, because most people are like that. It's like, oh, you need to be in a relationship and then make children and found a family because society is telling you to do this, right? Right? It's easier to say that I'm gay than to explain, not gonna lie. Yeah. If it's the easiest way to deal with it, then, well, go with it.
I can't believe they're making us watch this. 100 years of visions? Nobody cares. Looks like Argus just wants to stroke their own ego.
Oh yeah, boy. Dante leans forward, taking the opportunity to chime in. Then they gonna ask when I'm gonna get a boyfriend, and I'll be like, fudge. You know, there's one positive in this. If they are going to ask you when you're gonna get a boyfriend, then you know that apparently they don't mind, or at least they tend towards acceptance, which is better than having parents that will go apeshit. Look, I don't live in your culture and I don't know how ingrained it is in your culture, but I feel like parents usually just want you to be happy. And if their definition of being happy means to have friends, to have a relationship, then yes, they're gonna bother you with that. I don't think they care that I'm gay or not. It's just whether I'm gonna die lonely or not. I understand your sentiments and I understand where you're coming from. But the thing is, life is life. And life is quite long for humans. Sometimes it rushes a little bit, which is not so fun. But you know, live in the present, Coffee. It's like, sure, you are in this situation. Maybe you're not even happy with your situation. But if it's really, really, really bothering you, then you have the possibility to make choices to change that. Nobody asks of you to plan majorly ahead of time into the future. Have some goals for the future, but try mostly to live right now. And barely decide what I will have for dinner. Yes, but that's a different problem, Coffee Siphon. You're not alone with that. I think the majority of humanity on this planet has exactly the same problem. This is actually the moment where you have to appreciate, and this might not apply to every parent, to all parents, but sometimes you have to appreciate how much parents put into the effort to actually cook a lot of different food over weeks and months. And then when you start to make food for yourself, you suddenly realize how difficult it actually is to do that. I'm not doing any different of that, you know? I eat basically every week very similar. Like very similar, the same food. Maybe variations of the same food, but I don't change much because mostly I feel like I don't feel the need to put too much effort into my food. Like, I want my food to be healthy, nutritious, but it doesn't have to look like a masterpiece when I put it on my plate. And I also feel like not investing more time than necessary to make food. Imagine eating rice every day, can't be me. Well, you literally live in a country where rice is an essential ingredient in your kitchen. I'm not surprised about that. Imagine eating bread every day. Strange, I live in Europe where bread is a staple food in our culture. And rice is basically the Asian bread. Doesn't mean that Asia doesn't have bread, but it's basically the same thing, right? So, in Western culture, it's pretty much normal to have bread to most meals. And in your culture, it's the same thing, just with rice. Nutritious-wise, it's the same thing, basically. Very similar. So let's put it this way. Dante leans forward, taking the opportunity to chime in.
Yeah, this is more about the system than anything else. Maybe they should fix all the glitches before boasting.
The system. Glitches.
Watch. Soon it'll say talking over their propaganda is risky.
Isaac leans forward, whispering as if the topic is sensitive.
You're not supposed to badmouth the system, Dante.
As if my score could get any lower, man. Besides, Delta has definitely seen my true colors by now. I'm under no obligation to keep up the nice guy act.
Why does it have to be an act? Can't you just, be nice?
Dante scoffs.
Too much effort, not enough caffeine.
Fried rice is good too. Though. Tried having sandwiches for breakfast before. Doesn't fill my belly as much. Probably rice usually comes in larger portions. Yeah. There's probably also the thing that rice probably is gonna take longer to digest than white bread. I cannot compare that to whole wheat bread, which takes longer to digest, which is also healthier. But bread is bread. There's also whole rice, not whole wheat rice, whole rice. So yeah. Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's bread, it doesn't matter if it's rice, but I can imagine that normal white rice is still more complex carbs than white bread is. I avoid white bread. I basically eat almost never bread. I have recently started to eat whole wheat toasts because it's nice to put something on it and just eat it, so you have something in between, small to eat. But otherwise, I literally never eat bread. I like the difference between those two characters. The one is really, really bothered by the system and tries to play along as good as possible, and Dante is like Dante is basically like the representation of people being older elderly, older. Like, this is like, on the left side you have your early 20-year-old, and on the right side you have your early 30-year-old. You know, like around 10 years of difference in life experience, and the older person is like, yeah, you know, I don't give a fuck. You can try making thick chicken broth with some spices of choice, then mix the thick broth with rice and cook it. Thick chicken broth. It's a regional specialty in Vietnam and also damn expensive. SpongeBob vs. Squidward. No, it's not SpongeBob vs. Squidward. Squidward is just angry with life at the point that he has already given up and just hates everything. He's not beyond saving. Squidward is not beyond saving, but oh god, he's basically a British person. Which is an offense to every British person, which is dumb because I just based this on a typical cliché British person. Every day we stray further from God. But I don't believe in God. So I cannot stray further from God. Long live the Queen. The Queen is dead. I'm sorry, but she died not long ago. What do you mean no? How did you not know? How did you not know that the British Queen died not long ago? What do I understand under a thick chicken broth? I know that you can boil chicken and chicken bones and make a broth out of that, but how do you thicken that? Queen Elizabeth has escaped the SCP containment cell. That would be funny. You know, the same thing is thought about Elvis Presley, that he was just an alien. The same thing to Michael Jackson. It's like they just pretended to die and now they went back to space. Which is funny as hell.
And you know the system is messed, Isaac. We're all on a leash. They just use Komorebi as an excuse to make it stay that way.
Can't argue with that one. Hey, Delta, didn't you have an appointment soon? Maybe I can use you as an excuse to stop watching this thing.
And you're telling me to be nice.
I laugh at the retort and lean back in an attempt to relax. I let Isaac know that he was right, but my appointment wasn't for a while. Plenty of time to gather my thoughts and to continue watching this report. Yeah, I definitely need to gather my thoughts. Oh god, but head empty. There are no thoughts. Slow boil the broth until there's less water. Oh, okay, so it's basically the same thing as making a sauce. But with chicken broth. I get it. Make sauce, but with broth. Broth. But not as thick as sauce, or the rice wouldn't dry, or the rice would be dry as fuck. Oh wait, so you actually boil the rice with the broth, so it replaces the water that you usually use for making the rice? Yes. Okay, makes sense. There's a similar thing, like there's a very similar thing that I also made. I don't know if it's actually based on an actual recipe. So basically you do the same thing. You take a frying pan. I know you have most likely a wok, but we use frying pans. So you take a frying pan, you actually take your rice, wash it, blah, put it in the frying pan, and then you add like tomato sauce and spices to it, and then you just boil it in the frying pan. It's like, it's basically the same thing that you just described. There's a fog over my mind, and I feel so scatterbrained. Oh no, mind fog. Grounding myself in this new environment would definitely help. Komorebi. Appointment. The system. News
Interact
report.
with each word to learn more about it. Upon interacting with all four, your experience will continue.
You know, I'm a little bit afraid of the fact that there's a voice talking with us. And I'm at this point where I ask myself, is this all just a virtual reality experience? Or is this a future where we have like chips implanted in our brains and there's like this hive mind talking to us? Cooking rice in anything other than a rice cooker is called blasphemy. Or do you mean blasphemy? Unless you're making porridge. Then I am the biggest of blasphemer, because I don't have a rice cooker, and it makes me sad because I want a rice cooker so much. Also, you can do the entire thing I just described in a rice cooker as well. It makes me sad because I'm obsessed with the idea to get a Japanese rice cooker. Like, I don't want anything else other than from a very specific Japanese brand, because I know everybody's like, yeah, this is the thing. But what do the rice end up looking like? Normal? Because you're not just putting the frying pan with the rice and the tomato sauce on it and just let it go. You have to, of course, stir the entire thing so it doesn't burn. Could make the rice separate with all the things and put the rice. Yeah, I agree. It's better that way to do it separately. Makes far more sense. It's just a recipe that was like, put everything into one frying pan and do it like that. It works because I made it and it didn't burn. Why would you mix it with ketchup? Because you do not mix it with ketchup. Because it's tomato sauce and not ketchup. Because ketchup is disgusting. Tomato sauce is good. Komorebi. One day, the world was changed forever. This part is, by the way, important. Billions of people experienced vivid visions of the future. These could not be mistaken for dreams. It seemed to be true precognition. The vision that people had would follow them for the rest of their lives. Replaying at the worst possible times, it was almost like an intrusive thought. Whether positive or negative in nature, these visions still consumed lives. Nobody knew how and why this happened, but it was far too late. Chaos ensued. Those who saw personal success went to great lengths to fulfill their visions. Those who saw personal failures did anything they could to avoid them. It wasn't just a one-time event either. Komorebi overstayed its welcome. Children and grandchildren grew up alongside this odd phenomenon. They too experienced their own visions around the age of 13. The world became obsessed with the future, obsessed with Komorebi. It was a word describing sunlight that shines down through the trees. Basically what I said, but a little bit different. A simple and poetic metaphor for the vision filtering into our world. However, it wasn't a series of visions, nor would they change over time. It was a vision of a single moment, and it would follow you for the rest of your life. For example, if your vision was horrible, you would still be forced to live with it almost every day. It seemed far from fair, and lives were defined by the moment presented in people's visions. While the Komorebi phenomenon was peculiar, there was also something else. Some people saw nothing, left completely in the dark with no vision at all. Less than 1% of the world experienced this. A very small group. Yay! I feel connected now. So funny. Haha. But it was still extremely worrying. What did seeing nothing mean? Were you dead? Nobody knew. That's strange, because then it would mean that everybody before Komorebi were dead. I would say if you say that, you should be more concerned about the fact that the entire world was dead before Komorebi. Do you have a big pot? I do. I even have... Wow. I even have a wok. I was gonna suggest you steam boiling rice, because you don't have a rice cooker. Or I just cook rice the normal way. Which I recently acquired again the ability to do in a good manner. I know what you mean, but sadly I don't have a thing that I can put into the pot or into my wok that would contain the rice. Because the only thing that I have that I can put, for example, into the wok has too big hole. The holes in there are too big. The rice would fall through. It's meant more for boiling other things. So I would have literally first to find something else. And sadly, I don't living in a country where they have these wonderful bamboo rice cooking round things, which are amazing. While me over here molding over how other people cooking rice other than what I've been doing. Different cultures, what do you expect? I've seen worse. There's always worse. Depression and suicidal ideation became commonplace among this group. They are assigned a counselor who meets with them on a regular basis. I am one of those people. I never experienced my own vision. I'm like him, like the protagonist too. I also have never experienced my future. This is the equivalent of putting pineapple on pizza in front of an Italian. Do you know how you can offend an Italian as well? Not doing that, but to make a pizza exactly how an Italian would do, and then put salami or ham or anything that you can cut in small pieces and is made of flesh on this pizza before you put it into the oven. Yes, Italians are offended by that because usually you make the pizza first in the oven, take it out, and then put it like salami or something like that on top of the pizza. Or putting ketchup on a baguette in front of a friend. I don't know. There's a far easier way to offend a French person. Drink wine from a cup or from a a pack, these squarish package where you can put drinks in. Drink wine from that. That's far easier to offend a French person. People always worry for me and fear that I may do something rash. In reality, however, I'm fine. My lack of a vision has never defined me. Because I moved to a new city to live with friends, I was given a new counselor. It's kind of lame to start all over again after spending so many years with the last one. But I'm told that this doctor is great and I'll feel at home in just a few sessions. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a good idea from moving somewhere where you have no friends to somewhere where you have friends to actually be with your friends. Or breaking raw pasta in half before boiling it. I do that. I break spaghetti in half before I put them into the pot to boil. Wanna know why? Italian mafia is coming for you. Can't I just have Italian furries coming for me? Because that sounds far better. Do you boil pasta in your frying pan as well? No, actually not. But you know why I'm actually breaking the spaghetti apart in the middle? The reason for that is because I see no reason to waste liters upon liters of water to make some spaghetti. So I put only like 1 or 2 liters of water in a pot. And also, I just don't like to take so much time to roll up the spaghetti with my fork. So therefore I'm doing this to save, mostly for the effect of saving water. You just drink the water so it doesn't go to waste. Makes perfect tea for visitors. Ew. No, but you can use it to make a good sauce. Just as Italians would do. Which of course makes sense. Add in a baby leaf or two. Bay leaf. I read baby leaf. Why? Brain, why? And it's perfect. No? Pasta water is not good for tea. Stop it. You mean? No, go do it right now. Why would I do it? You will seriously tell me that pasta water makes great water for tea? Why would that be the case? Because of the chaos that ensued during the advent of Komorebi, a plan was needed. There were too many people acting recklessly in the face of their futures. Whether avoiding or fulfilling the visions, risky behavior was a constant. A new system was introduced that governed the behavior of the people. You would be held accountable for all your actions, regardless of legality. Why? The fact you're posting this kutoto face, I will not believe you. This was an attempt to keep people in line and focused on the present. Live in a safe, orderly manner and you would accrue points over your lifetime. If you did the opposite, you would lose points. Be rude, speed, litter, stuff like that. But littering is a normal fact of life that you shouldn't do to begin with. Speeding, same thing. Be rude. People can just deal with it. Your point total would define you as either an asset or a liability to society. While primitive at first, this concept grew as technology progressed. It is currently integrated into every possible device. Phones, cars, homes. The demand is clear. Be rewarded for your subservience to the system. Crime and accident rates plummet due to this, and society is on a tight leash. So basically this is China. That's future China. No, I'm not lying. Trust. But some people argue that living in chains isn't really living at all. No way! Life is all about taking risks and making progress, they say. Fight as they might, however, no movement has resulted in any change. Your worth in society is dedicated solely by your score in the system, future China. Generations later, managing your points is simply the norm. So it's future China. That totally doesn't sound like dystopian. It's future China. See, there's one thing that this has not explained. Like, this has not explained some very crucial informations. What happens if your score is low? what does that mean? That is absolutely not explained here. Because they say like, if your points are low, you are a liability to society. Which, what does it mean? To the gulag. Yes. You see, here's the problem. So, as much people hate to hear this, so China basically is in this wonderful bubble, economic bubble, that is about to burst or has just bursted, basically putting, probably not bursted yet, but it's right about to. So basically, China made this problematic thing of like, we are building cities for people. And so they did. But then is the problem that nobody moved into those buildings. So now you have literally modern built ghost towns. And the best part is the people of China buy those apartments. This is basically their life savings that go into that. That is gonna be their retirement thing. And they not gonna move in there because basically it's gone. It's a ghost town. Nobody lives there. And the best part is they built all of that because economy was amazing, and so they built and built and built, and now they have no use. Nobody uses it. It's ghost towns, but people have all their money in that. And they are like literally fucked. And now when the bubble bursts, basically a ton of people are going to lose their homes. Because the same thing that America currently experiences, rent will go up and people cannot afford it because they don't have savings. They put that all into the stuff that is basically not a home. Great. Also, this is future China, because China is very much interested in controlling their society, and yes, they want to build this system with points, which decides everything. Having not good points, you will not get any credits. You will not have access to those things. You cannot use public traffic. You cannot go to this bar. You cannot buy stuff from this store. They can enforce all of that because they also have cameras everywhere. They can find you. And yes, they are certainly not shy from throwing you into jail, as they already do anyway. And then if they feel like jail is too stuffed with people, they literally gonna kill you and send the bill for the bullet to your family, which they already do. So so that's the future of China. Then you have literally the worst part of future China, which is North Korea, where you put literally everybody in jail. Occasionally you let them out and pretend like your country is not empty and without people when some tourists come in. And then you put them back to jail. And you are happy that you have an entire country for yourself, where nobody lives. Yeah. So those two countries are perfect examples where all of this ideology would go. And I can only hope for the people of China that they do something before that happens. Which they could, because there are a lot more people in China than government and military. But hey, fear, right? Today marks the 100th anniversary of Komorebi. Nothing has ever been the same since then, and I don't think it will, and don't think it ever will be. The current state of technology and society is vastly different than it would have been. At the top of it all, right next to the world leaders, is the Argus Corporation. They created the system. They create almost every device we use today. They are China. In many ways, they affected our lives even more than those in power. The report is basically going over the history of Komorebi and Argus. But to be honest, it seems like self-serving and very unnecessary. Isaac was right. It's like they just want to stroke their own egos. They made it mandatory viewing too. If you ignored a special report, you would lose some points. But here's my question. What if you put on the report, but you're not watching it? What if you do that? You don't have to mute it because I assume it would recognize that you're muting it. But what if you would just let it run, but you don't watch it? That's the next question. The government has more tanks though. Yeah, they do. But they also have no country to govern if there are no people. So there's a major problem there, right? Also, I think at some point even the military people will have some conscience. Like driving over maybe 10 people is less conscience worthy than driving over hundreds and thousands. I don't think they planned that far. I don't know what they are doing, but it's never good. China deserves that their government is basically killed. Well, killed. The entire government needs to be gone. China could really use actual democracy. But coming from me, I'm talking about a country that has never seen democracy to begin with. That will be hard. Essentially, our social status is being held for ransom. But if there's one thing that nobody can monitor, it's what I'm thinking of. So while I'm watching, at least I have time to gather my thoughts. I let out a soft sigh and everything suddenly feels better. It's crazy how much a quick mental breather can help. My last counselor is the one who taught me that. He told me that our mind is like an office full of filing cabinets. If we don't gather our thoughts, they just lay around piling up. Yes, but there's also sleep, which does exactly the same thing. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't take a breather and sort your thoughts. It really helps. But sleep is also doing that. We need to set some time aside to process and filter them. Sometimes a simple metaphor like that can really change the way you think. Unwanted thoughts can be thrown away like trash while you organize the rest. If our mind was a physical space, we would never neglect it. We'd keep it immaculate. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. People hate cleaning. Most people hate cleaning. As if it was perfectly timed, the report ends alongside the train of thought. The energy level in the room immediately skyrockets now that we are free. Honestly, it was a waste. That was an hour we'll never get back. As I get up to leave for my appointment, I notice something peculiar. The report goes right into some sort of after show about more Argus stuff. I don't really care to watch, but I noticed the word nostalgia. It's littered all over the place, like they want me to keep it in my mind. Unfortunately for them, I'm not in a nostalgic mood right now. I leave the house looking toward my ever brighter future. After all, why look back when the alternative is so exciting? Well, you should learn from past events, but you should not linger on past events. That's the difference. Something tells me these first few sessions will be a total bust. I never found it fun to talk about myself, and now I'm forced to do it. Hopefully the notes my last counselor sent over will help him to get up to speed.
You know, you're something of an anomaly to me. Most people in your situation have less than stellar scores, but you seem to exist in the middle, a truly neutral ground.
Neutral, chaotic, to be precise.
A preliminary look at your risk profile shows me almost nothing. But on the other hand, you haven't done much to gain points either.
Another ambiguous statement. I asked him if that was good or bad.
I don't know, actually. I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's a little ironic, though, isn't it? In regards to the system, I mean. Your score is meant to define you as a person, yet you elude that definition.
Oh no, I'm a furry. He sighs.
Then again, I'm no stranger to attracting those that go against the norm. Would you mind answering a few personal questions for me, Delta? Nothing too intrusive. I just want to get a feel for who you are.
I'm not seeing no harm in this. It's why I'm here after all.
Well then, let's start with the basics. Why did you move here? What did you leave behind? Big life changes like this are rarely without cause.
I shrug, unsure of where to start. There was a lot to say and little time to say it. At least we have our first few sessions cut out for us. Part 1. Those we love the most. Cats. Just saying.
Welcome to the first of 4 fragment maps. This is how you will navigate through your personal experience. The top row is made up of pivotal fragments. You must complete all 6, but can complete them in any order. Upon completing all 6, you can interact with this arrow to move forward. You will witness a culmination of this fragment map before moving on to the next. The second row consists of personal heart-to-heart fragments. These are optional but highly recommended, as they are the key to forming bonds and relationships.
Yay, furries!
Right now, you only have access to Isaac and Dante, but that will change in the next fragment map. The bottom row consists of supplemental fragments. These are skits based on exchanges made in your group's chat room. For your benefit, they will be portrayed just like any other fragment. Upon completing a pivotal fragment, you will unlock a journal entry. These explore Delta's personal thoughts as events slowly unfold. There will be 5 to unlock in each fragment map, and they unlock in a predetermined order. Should you wish, you can also toggle the nostalgia filter. This will apply a vintage look to your experience. You are now ready to continue your journey unhindered. Check marks will appear beside completed fragments, so you can monitor your progress. It is also recommended that you alternate between various fragment types. Enjoy, and make it an experience to remember.
Thank you, voice in my head. What do you mean, filter apply nostalgia?
Would you like to change the status of the nostalgia filter?
Vintage look. It only takes the color out. Why would I
Would you
do
like to
that?
change the status of the nostalgia filter?
Why? Why doesn't this exist? Huh? I hate colors. Back in the day when movies were black and white, had no sound, that was the true epitome, the magnus opus of movies. Yes. What?
Experience supplemental fragment. Delta's arrival?
Sure.
Delta has officially arrived.
Yes. Why are you so loud?
Sweet! And not a moment too soon. Everything going good so far?
I'm sure View of Noise is happy to hear that voice. And this time, he's an actual bunny.
Yeah, definitely good. And listen up. All that stuff Isaac yapped about, it's totally true. Hey!
And what did he yap about? Smile?
He means that in a good way, Delta. Don't worry, it's not like you're a stranger. That gives you an instant edge in my books. Yeah, reputation was definitely preceded. We heard all kinds of things. Some of them were even good.
Oh my god, a real Banui. Yes, a real Banui.
Either way, it's nice to see somebody live up to the hype. Thanks for coming, and allow me to say, welcome aboard. Yeah, I'll echo that one. Welcome aboard. Remember, now that you're in the group chat, it's official.
It's an official sandwich?
Whoever you were before, it just doesn't matter anymore. You're better now.
Guys, remember when I told you to give Delta a normal greeting?
But normal is boring. That's why we call them normies.
Nope.
Nope.
Typical. Well, now that the red carpet is rolled out, we still on for this weekend, Taylor?
Bottom. Has a lot of bottom energy. This boy.
Yeah, excited to see what all the fuss is about. You're being way too secretive. No way we're just going to the club.
Don't worry, it'll all make sense. I know discretion isn't exactly your strong suit.
And subtlety isn't yours, but I'll yield. I already told my viewers I wasn't streaming anyway. Not even in IRL. Whatever you've got planned, I'll take it to the grave.
Oh no, the bunny is a streamer.
Good.
I have a theory.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah? I think Isaac finally cracked. Needs help hiding a body.
Not true.
And what proof do you have?
You're still alive.
Okay, I'm gonna put a stop to that one real quick. I don't want this group chat putting me up on a witness stand one day. No scandals, got it?
Right. No scandals.
Ugh, you're so boring.
Here's something that might change your mind then. There's a chance we could end up on the news.
Pressure!
Oh no.
The news? And you thought we were being extra. Anything else you want to drop on us? Don't worry, I'll be nice.
Worst part. We are playing this game. This is a visual novel. Now the question begs. Is this, in this game, gonna be a one-way street when it comes to relationships? Or can you, like, experience different paths in one go? Can you have more than one boyfriend? I wonder. I really wonder. Oh no. Now I have to know. And I feel like I wanna look it up. Oh no. Saving the audio. Played the game before. Yeah, I think nobody here has played the game before. Which I perfectly understand. That's one of the things that always bother me with visual novels. You never actually really know where they're going with it. The normal basic visual novel is usually like one person that you invest yourself in. Last time in Winds of Change, it was a bit different. So you also could have a relationship with two people at once. You could also date all possible people until 90%, and then literally like, and strangely enough, you could even have the last step experience with all of them. So it's kind of strange. And the worst part is, because this is such a niche game, it's gonna be really difficult to tell. This is yeah, it's always difficult when you have niche games to actually find useful informations, which sucks. Like, the wiki is like bare bones dumb. Which is stupid. So, I guess I have to look into the... Wow. Uh, wow! What? Actually, I think I bought this game a few days ago. Oh, nice. Your experience will be different from mine because you can play this game in any form. Like, since you have different ways chronologically to experience this game, it will be different, also different depending on the choices. But the best part is you're moderator, and therefore I can force you to be here even if you don't watch. But I will tell you, you must be. No, I can't, and I don't want to, of course. The only people who play this game is the furry. Whatever the furry is. Is the furry. The furry is now singular. It's not plural anymore. It is now singular. If you're interested. Okay, the question is who voices that? Jonah Scott. Jonah Scott. Jonah Scott. They have a video that tells who's the voice actor for who. Oh, okay. So, here's a fun fact. A character that we haven't seen yet is voiced by Jonah Scott. Jonah Scott is the official voice of Legoshi from Beastars. Okay, it gives me no information, so therefore I can only go with the cliche for now, which is kind of sad.
Not sure. Most of this is up in the air.
Well, you promised to be fun, so I guess that's all I need. Even if it feels like you're making everything up as you go along.
You know me, I'd never do that. And trust me, it'll be amazing. Just don't drink too much. We don't want a repeat of, the incident.
Not my proudest moment. Keep it down around Delta, alright?
Then I guess you should be on your best behavior.
It's barfing time. Whoa.
Blackmail? What did I just say about scandals?
Hey, it's only a scandal if he turns it into one.
That's not how that works. And look, Delta hasn't even said anything. I knew we'd scare them away in a matter of seconds.
Oh look, how interesting. They intentionally chose them, them, as a neutral term, because you don't know if the person who is playing the game. Ah, so this is not real life. This is just, they use this, but this is actually a group chat. That's not me. I sent a popcorn emoji to breaking the ice.
Perfect response. I knew you were gonna be our comic relief, Delta. Do a good job and you'll go from guest star to main cast easy.
And there goes Dante, treating everything like a work of fiction. This is real life, dude. It doesn't always work out like you expect.
But when it does, it's always worth the wait. Besides, it's not like a little silver lining ever hurt anybody.
Except for the people it hurt, you mean? Anyway, there's lots to do, so we should get back to it. The sooner we help Delta settle in, the sooner we can relax.
Ooh, crack open a cold one for me. I need to start streaming. Hopefully I can retain some of the followers I got from that charity gig.
Oh my god. Taylor is like every streamer.
You're gonna be fine. It's not like you were doing bad to begin with, but yeah, time to put down our phones. Labor awaits.
Ugh, labor.
Let me know how it goes. I'll come and meet Delta soon enough.
Sounds great. See ya.
Yay. You did a thing. Let's do another thing.
Experience heart-to-heart fragment. Isaac 1.
Sure. Let's have a date with the bottom. But you don't know that. I know that I don't know. I enter the living room and I notice Isaac sipping a light beer. The what now? The bottom. The TV's on, but he's not really watching it. I can tell he's distracted. There's something he needed to talk to me about. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. He notices my entrance and smiles at me. Some anxiety immediately dissipates. Shifting a bit more to one side of the couch, he gives me ample space to sit beside him. That's exactly what I do, and he turns to face me as much as he can while sitting down.
Ugh. You know, this stuff tastes awful. But I wouldn't be drinking it if Taylor didn't tease me.
Why? If you don't like it, then don't drink it. Huh?
I know it's not true, but he keeps talking about my weight.
Oh no, you're fat. Peer pressure is bad. That really sucks. Why? Just because someone teased you to try to drink this beer? And then you drink it? Do you notice that it's shit? Stop drinking it. It's that easy. But you lose social credits. Right. If you don't want to drink it, don't do it at all. Yeah. Does this jacket make me look fat? Takes another sip of the beer. Well, here's an idea. How about you drink not beer, because beer makes you fat. Unless you have an active lifestyle.
We did buy tons of junk food for this weekend, though.
Yeah, that's the other reason.
If I take it easy during the week, I can definitely binge on Friday.
He also bought junk food, and he can definitely binge it on Friday. So yeah, no wonder. He may have problems. Problems that he is binge eating on junk food and beer? Yes, most likely. Something's bothering him.
Might as well take action before something becomes a problem, right?
What's the odd thing to say while drinking a beer at 2 p.m.? People tease you, shove their words up their ass. Or other things, as long as the other person is interesting.
True. Sometimes we just replace one problem with another. But don't worry. I care too much about work to do something like that. I only drink on days off, and I always make sure to pace myself.
But you're fat now. Just look at yourself. So massively fat.
Except this weekend, though. Moderation goes out the window.
Ah, interesting. Just this specific weekend or every weekend? Fat! Fat doesn't make someone unattractive. Now, kith. What is kith? What is kith? He's not fat, that's mean. No, he's not fat. He said, do I look fat? It was coming from him. I don't think he's fat. Kiss with a lisp? Am I doing this? Kiss? Don't validate it. I'm just making fun. That's all. I would never do that in real life. Am I looking fat? Yes. It's a joke. Coffee, explain thyself. Is this a minor spelling mistake, Coffee? Did you want to write kiss and you wrote kith? Come on, kitty. Explain yourself.
Haven't been to a nightclub in ages. I'm actually kind of nervous.
Fine, don't explain yourself and drink your pasta tea. I know it's fictional, I'm just giving you a hard time for fun. Ah, see. I haven't been to a nightclub in ages. I'm actually kind of nervous. I usually don't like nightclubs. The only exception when I like a nightclub is when I go with friends. Yay, pasta water. Shower in your pasta water. Gives you a good, nice looking skin. I feel the same. Let's be awkward together. I have standards. What are you showering then in? Oh, it's for drinking only. What do you use to shower in? Is it milk? You know, just like Cleopatra? Don't overthink it. We'll have the time of our lives.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't let my anxiety sabotage this. Everything just seems new and exciting since you arrived. It's good and bad.
Well, excuse me. Of course it's rice water. Of course. That's basically like pasta water. It makes no difference. He takes one final chug, then crushes the can in his hands and throws it on the ground. Throw it on the ground. There's a bit of awkward silence after he does this, but I'm not sure why. No, there's a difference. Okay, tell me. I ask him why he wanted to meet me here and ask him if I did something wrong.
Oh, no, not at all. I guess I should have elaborated when I said I wanted to talk. Sorry if you were worrying, I'll handle it better in the future. I actually wanted to apologize to you, Delta. Your first memory of this house will always be me yelling at Dante.
That sounds like a good memory. Rice water is actually good for your skin. and your head, and your hair, and your overall. So you can use it to wash yourself, and then you can sell it on eBay or actually drink it yourself, because what came from you and goes back into you is not unhealthy. For the most part, with some exceptions. I see what you mean. It does seem like a bot. I like how I made that deduction, and now Epitune is like, yeah, you're right.
He just struck a chord with me. Has a habit of doing that almost every day.
And because he knows he's going on your nerves with it, he will continue to do it. And as long as you're getting annoyed by it and angry at him, he will keep doing it. That's what children do. They are very good at it. And some adults stay children. Chad was right along. Was right all along. With what?
He's always paranoid that Argus will come knocking. But the mods I made to my home are harmless. They'd never care. It's more risky for him to remove my modifications. He could easily screw up, and it's all downhill from there. Do anything wrong when you're messing around, and they'll notice. It's like a tightrope. One wrong move, and you're done for. My brain is wired to mess with this stuff. His is not.
Tell him it's fine. We all have things that we are passionate about.
Passionate. Yeah, that's the word.
What a great answer, Coffee Siphon. Just yes.
I got a little mad, but my intentions weren't bad, you know? I've worked with this tech for my entire life. I know my way around it. That'd be like me going into his room and messing with his writing. You know, making edits here and there so that I feel better about it. I just want mutual respect for my hobby and career.
Okay, so therefore either he's just childish and loves to do it, or otherwise there is something that bothers him about you, and that's why he's doing this, to bother you. Maybe he's even envious about you, and therefore he feels like if he bullies you, therefore he makes you feel less good, and therefore he needs to feel less envious about that certain aspect of you. Or you could just both be gay and have sex, and maybe it will clear all up. I think try the sex. Be bonobos, you know? Got problems? Have sex. No problem anymore. I don't think that's how it works, Chief. Oh, within bonobos, that works perfectly. Like, got problems? Let's have sex. And then the problem is gone. Yes. You would be surprised. Makes sense. Isaac definitely seems to know what he's doing. From my understanding, the amount of Argus tech in this home is minimal. But at the same time, it's not illegal. Bend the rules without breaking them, he says.
I guess it's selfish to a degree, though. Because I own this house, I should make sure that everyone feels safe. This situation sucks. I just want to leave all that Argus stuff back at work.
That's for sure a healthy way to solve relationship issues. To some degree, yes. Why make it more complicated? But then again, It is how it is. No! Yes! Our socially structural construct that we have as human beings makes it far more complicated. We are not on the same level. And to some degree, that is probably better, but sometimes makes some situations more complicated than they need to be. It's not a social construct. Well, I'm not going to sleep around with someone just because I have a problem with them, because I certainly don't want to sleep with them to solve the problem. So therefore, there is a difference. But sometimes it's a good way to solve problems. Ever heard of angry sex? In that case, it's not a bad thing. It's a well studied in clinical and social psychology. I won't explain here, but it's a slippery slope. Many things are usually a slippery slope. Otherwise, life would be far more easy.
It's purely psychological, but to me, Argus is my boss. Nobody wants to go back to a house where their boss is everywhere. Keeping that stuff to a minimum really helps my home feel like it should. A safe place.
He shrugged.
At least to me. But I really should consider other people's point of view. I'll just end up like Argus if I expect everyone else to live how I want. Speaking of which, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I mean, it's the real reason I asked you to meet me here today.
The apology wasn't the real reason? Interesting.
All this talk about how I want things to be, let's change that. There's something I've been meaning to ask you, Delta. And I wish I had more beer for this. More courage.
So don't slide down though. He blushes and rubs the back of his hand. I'm pretty sure I know where he's going with this. At least all signs support my current hypothesis.
I just feel like we should get this out of the way as soon as possible. The feeling of tension in the air is starting to damage my calm. But let's face it, you chose to move here. To live with me. Did you mean anything by that, Delta? This was a lot easier in my head. Really, I'm just curious if you were interested in me.
Talking with yourself is a healthy habit. I do this a lot. It's funny to see when someone is actually doing it in the moment when they have a conversation with someone else. Sub behavior right there. You know, I have this collar and this leash ready to be used. Do you want this gift from me? No, go make soft tacos together.
I hope this isn't catching you by surprise. We've been friends online for a while after all, and moving in here is a pretty big gesture.
Is it? He inches a bit closer to me and he seems much more calm. I guess now that it's out in the open, his anxiety is disappearing. How strange. I would expect that he would literally break apart from anxiety now that he has said it and has no answer yet. It's never easy to bring up the kind of thing he just brought up.
I'm curious if the gesture was supposed to mean anything. Either way, I'm fine. I just couldn't stop myself from wondering. But if we do go out, expect me to be incredibly awkward.
Here's the easy solution. Just don't go out. Problem solved. Wow. So complicated. It does seem a bit sudden, but it's also natural. They seem awkward, but perfectly normal and natural, right? Completely normal. So I went to university and now I moved into the dorms and I have like a roommate. First thing you ask your roommate. So I wanted to ask, does this mean anything more than being roommates? Sekamerai is a 5-star relationship therapist. My sources, trust me. No, I'm not. I'm good at telling you what you should look out for. That doesn't mean if it's applicable or realistic. There's always been chemistry between us and now we live together. It crossed my mind a few times, but it's clearly racing through his. Wow, English, please.
No matter what, though. Friends until the end.
Thank you for this especially red text for the end. Oh, this is perfect. Chat, which one of those do you want? Oh no. Hey. And because I don't know. I actually don't know, but let me peek. Yes. Perfect. Totally not foreshadowing. Stop it, Epitsune. At some point you have to make decisions in your life. Make them here as well. Imagine you are playing this game right now. Which choice would you pick? Secret. Now who's the bottom? Hey Will Noise. It's time for your one-letter word and then make a decision. Time to play a game. Guess the bottom. Don't worry, it's you, Coffee. I like how I'm streaming and my chat is all like, I don't care, I'm indifferent, I will not tell you. And I'm like, ah. You know, I can't undo this. I cannot go away so nothing is highlighted. See, I have Epitsune, who is always indifferent or is not gonna tell. Then I have Noise going and then probably finds some strange form of saying like I choose this option or avoiding any options. Then you have Coffee Siphon, who's literally not saying anything now intentionally. My choice, bang the dude, but there is no option to bang the dude right now. So, I guess we have the fight between Coffee Siphon's choice and Virvnoy's choice. And if there was Epitsune, opinions are for important people. Guess what, Epitsune? You are important. Therefore, have an opinion. I finally have a game where there is a choice, and then I have perfectly 3 people here to make a decisive choice, because there can no equal choice. I suppose by saying what I did, I gave an opinion. Okay. Well, see, you can do it. Thank you, Epitsune. So we have 2 votes for first, 1 vote for second. We could try being more than friends.
Glad to hear it, Delta. Took a real shot in the dark, but my aim was on point. You're willing to try, and that actually means a lot to me.
Places a paw on the top of my leg.
The world could use more people like you.
Higher.
Willing to embrace new experiences, new people even. Everyone else seems to be a creature of routine these days.
Higher.
Argus has made sure of that one.
Higher.
But sometimes a routine is more like a prison. So, let's embrace our freedom. Let's drink beer at 2 p.m.
Nice meeting you. Are you interested? How about if we figure out all the interesting things that play a role in our decisions? Get naked. He smirks and stands up from the couch. No! I say, why not, and accept his offer to share a beer. But the beer is terrible. The air is clear, and it seems like we can carry on like normal.
All right, but let's not do this every day. Next time we'll go to the coffee shop and hang out. You know, it can be our first date, or whatever.
Oh no, they have Starbucks. He leaves the room to retrieve some more beer. But the beer is terrible. Also, I don't drink beer. Feel like our bond will become stronger because of what just happened. Not only did I learn a lot about him. What? We didn't learn a lot about him. But we made our situation more clear. This is another milestone in my new life. Every interaction I have while I'm here will settle me in even more. It doesn't feel like home just yet, but every second does more to change that. Right, beer at 2 p.m.
Experience pivotal fragment.
Let's experience the pivotal fragment. Don't cry for yesterday. Hope for tomorrow. Well, sir, that's a nice house you've got there, sir. It would be a shame if someone would just take this house from you. I grabbed my bags from the trunk, an easy task as I made sure to pack light. Well, thank you, Bob Ross. The point of this journey was to leave my baggage behind, not to carry it with me. Well, at some point you need clothing, right? Not necessarily, but it is useful. Licking. Isaac steps in to help out, and I turn to face the house, my new home.
Well, what do you think?
I think a lot of furries live in the same house. That can usually not go well.
The pictures don't do it justice, do they? It has its quirks, but it served all of us just fine.
Ugly. I say there are certainly better looking houses, but it's like middle ground. If you want ugly, it's here on the left. Or just a block of cement house that's truly ugly. So this is still in an acceptable range. I'm joking. I would have to sell a kidney to live in such a house. Not anymore in this economy, Epitsune. More or less, yes, actually, Epitsune. But you can't do that because you need at least one. I wish I had a place like this back home.
No need to think about it like that. This is your home now, Delta. Even Dante is excited to meet you. And knowing him, that's saying a lot. It's never a bad idea to liven things up. To be honest, I think we needed this too.
No, bad Epitsune. Don't go there. Kidney in this economy? At least a heart. Right? He smiles at me before closing the trunk and locking everything up. I carry two of my bags while he carries the other two, an equal team. We make our way to the front door and place everything down in sync.
Hold on.
Pulls out his phone and holds it up against the entry scanner. Well, that's never a good idea. Small beep sounds, and then a moment later the door unlocks. You know, I never understand why people are like this today in real life, of going like, yeah, smart lock in my home, so this is handy. No, it's not. It's literally not. Like, why would you make something like a lock dependent on an electronic device? That's just... I mean, I say that, and we have cars now that basically do the same thing. But I don't know, I feel like it's a bad idea, mostly because, and I find this very amusing, a movie recently actually did this. Oh, not actually, an actual recent movie did this, and guess what? It was Scream 6? I think it was Scream 6. You know, the latest Scream movie actually did this, where they recreated the scene from the first movie, but this time in modern age. And there was like the killer calling the victim in the house. She picks up, talks to him, and notice how weird it is to talk with him. She uses the phone to close all the electric locks in her home. And the best part is, the killer has access to it, and he opens all the doors. And this just shows how fucking insecure, non-secure, unsecure those things actually are. So honestly, I don't understand why people want a door lock connected to Bluetooth, NFC, or even worse, the internet. Just weird. Like, you rather invest into an actual physical lock that is actually really, really secure against picking. There are locks like that. I think that's a better investment if you ever want a very secure lock than one that you can open with your phone. But hey, whatever. That's my subjective opinion on that topic. At least the security system protecting this house was solid. No.
Welcome home, Isaac.
Yay, a talking home.
You may leave the house 2 more times today.
Wow. Technology tells you how often you are allowed to leave the house. Why? Like, I understand the other restrictions, but that is just fucking stupid.
Remember, a good score makes a good citizen.
Yeah, whatever. I definitely muted this stuff the other day. Dante must have freaked out and removed my mods. Again.
That's true. Tampering with the system at home was a big deal. I don't think Isaac was up to anything shady though. He probably just likes silence. Typically people would mess with the system when they had something worth hiding.
Well, let's get you settled. With how tired you were in the car, I guess you deserve a nap. But don't mess up your sleep schedule. We gotta watch that report tomorrow.
If you take a proper nap, it will never actually mess up your sleep schedule. Saving the audio. Woo! And now that the door is open, we pick everything up. No sleep, no sleep, no sleep. Ebitsu, no, please, have sleep. Using his shoulder to nudge the door open, we slowly enter the house. I've seen so many pictures of this place, but seeing it for real was incredible. Incredible! The living room is incredibly spacious. It looked much smaller when I saw it online. And apparently someone is sleeping on the couch. One thing that stands out to me, however, is the lack of integrated technology. It looks like a living room frozen in time around 30 years ago. Interesting. Oh, so I see, 6 years to go until this future. This sight, combined with how Isaac acted at the door, revealed one thing. He must not be a big fan of the system. Not everyone is, though. It's fine. I think it's actually cool how quickly you learn stuff about people after meeting them for real. I can see Dante sitting on the couch, engulfed in his phone. Isaac seems a little mad and confronts him immediately.
Hey, Dante, did you mess with those changes I made the other day? I thought I told you to play along with those. I do it for a reason.
Dante's ears perk up and he immediately rises from the couch. Now we have this I yelled at him situation. I can tell he let his guard down, but he was eagerly awaiting our entrance. Whatever kind of first impression he was planning, his lack of awareness destroyed it.
Man, can't you see that I'm looking out for you? If they found out about your tinkering, they'd dock you points. Or worse. I'm sure Delta has my back here. Messing with Argus just isn't worth it.
Putting me on the spot for spot the second after you meet me? Nice. I scratch my head and Isaac looks at me, likely expecting my support. I have Isaac's back here. His house, his rules.
True, but it's only a matter of time before we're tried as accomplices. Argus may be many things, but forgiving isn't one of them. Look at how the Zeros are treated. See what I mean?
Let's just change the topic, all right? I know I brought it up, but I don't want our first meeting to be an argument. Besides, I work for Argus. I know what I'm doing when I make changes.
If by work you mean enforce the system on others, then sure. You do a lot of things that you'd report other people for doing.
Hey, not fair. I may tamper with some hardware, but I never break laws. You'd be surprised how much you can bend the rules without breaking them. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but please, just trust me.
Dante shrugs.
Fine. Still the best deal on housing I've come across. Can you at least tamper with the system and let us skip that report tomorrow? If you're gonna bend the rules, might as well do something practical with it.
That one toes the line way too much. I'll have to pass. It's only an hour, just put in some earbuds or something. I'm gonna go help Delta unpack and get a bit of rest in.
All right, fair enough. But if Argus ever comes knocking, just know that I won't hesitate before turning you in.
That eager to get me in handcuffs, huh?
Yes.
It's all part of the plan.
Dante steps forward with a laugh and holds out his paw.
I was hoping to hang out for a bit, but I get that you're tired. If you want to bond or whatever, you know where to find me.
What the hell did I just come back to? Yes. I shake his paw and give him a soft nod. If we're gonna be roommates, it makes sense to bond. You know, bond. Bond. I let him know that I'll find him as soon as I get some shut-eye.
Perfect. And make sure to prod Isaac for me. He's way too tight-lipped about the nightclub outing this weekend.
Hey! Thanks for ruining the surprise!
Your fault, keeping secrets from your friends like that.
I shrug. I knew Isaac would plan a party, so it's no big deal. Dante smirks at me and then returns to his spot on the couch. I've met people like him before, an agent of social chaos.
Your friend seems pretty cool, Isaac. Maybe I should start trusting you a bit more often.
Yes, especially thrusting.
A group like us? Add Taylor to the mix and we'll do great things.
I agree. Isaac scoffs, but then quickly displays a large smile as Dante becomes lost in his phone.
Head always in the clouds, that one. Almost prefer when he locks himself in his room to write. Before we pick up your luggage, though, hold on a sec. This has been a long time coming, and I never got a chance to at the airport.
He steps forward and wraps his arms around me. I do the same and we stand there for a few moments in a tight embrace. I have no idea why this is the first time I felt it, but this really was the fresh start I wanted.
Welcome home, Delta. And just like Dante said, great things.
I released a hug with a big smile on my face. This was it. Finally, the start of a new life. Hug your friends, please. We are not in the pandemic anymore. Hugging is great.
Experience supplemental fragment. Noise complaint.
What's wrong, Epizu? I guess in your case it's probably more of a problem. Still, hugging is a good thing.
Hey, can you keep it down in there?
No.
Hey! Come on, man! I got work tomorrow. I need to get some shut-eye.
And I have work right now. Music helps me focus.
There are headphones.
Then put on some headphones, Dante.
Or you could put in some earplugs.
Or you are being an ass.
Oh, seriously? I'm being nice.
Hey, both of you, stop. This group chat isn't the place for your lover's quarrel. I'm trying to stream and you keep blowing up my phone.
Remember, those are group chats. Like, you see this here, but this is not an actual interaction in real life. Just, yeah, Epitsune, that's basically what I just wanted to say is like, even I stream. And I always put my phone on silence. Like, my phone has nothing to do with my streamings. Like, I'm not taking calls when I'm streaming. On the other hand, my phone is not connected to the internet most of the time, so I'm not gonna get some kind of notification, oh, someone tried to reach you.
Can't you just turn it off then?
You don't even need to turn it off, just put it on silent.
The world doesn't revolve around you, man. Taylor, poll your viewers and see what they say.
No.
But you owe me one. Remember that net outage during your charity stream?
Fine, hold on.
Several minutes pass without any chat activity. What?
Just as I thought, they don't care.
Ouch.
Indeed, ouch. Wow, your streamer and chat doesn't fucking care for a simple question.
Wait, hold on. I actually just got a $50 donation. It says Dante's Headphone Fund.
Oh. I have to correct you here, Taylor. That's not a $50 donation. That is a $50 tip. I'm sorry to bring this up, but there's a difference. Poor bottom.
Then I win!
I think Dante wins, actually. Being stubborn pays off once again. Transfer that money to me and I'll buy a pair tomorrow. Isaac, one more night with the music and it'll all be over. I promise.
He doesn't own a pair of headphones? For someone who's so much glued to his phone? Why?
Fine. But if you don't follow through, I'm raising your rent.
Controversial.
Anyway, now you both owe me one.
It's a threesome then.
In the future, work this out at home, all right? Don't make me take advantage of my viewers. It feels wrong.
Fair.
Oh no, another donation. Look what you've started.
Oh no, more money. How dreadful.
Score.
You know what they say, like, go different. I understand that, but I find these conversations so fucking funny.
Experience supplemental fragment. Shady business.
Shady business. Ooh. Ooh. An awkward silence permeates through the group chat. Where is everybody?
At work, trying to close a sale. It's actually a pretty big deal.
Good luck with that. I'm with Taylor right now. He thought it'd be a good idea for me to guest on his stream.
Wait, Taylor accepts guests now?
Everyone wanted to meet me after the headphone incident. Apparently, I became a meme in his chat.
Understandable.
Wonderful.
Yep, I'm Dante the headphone guy.
Your parents will be so proud.
Yay.
I'm writing them a letter as we speak, and I can't talk to you anymore. I'm too famous now.
Oh, already forgetting your friends.
I think I've found my true calling.
He's doing a good job, actually. He should stream in his spare time.
You really think people would want to watch me write?
You have lots of followers. I'm sure they'd love to see the process.
And maybe I'll do it after this weekend. I'm way too excited for our nightclub trip.
Speaking of which, my viewers are a little upset. Are you sure I can't tell them anything about this, Isaac? Not even a little clue?
Nope. And in other news, the sale was closed.
Drinks are on you then?
Don't worry about it. Already taken care of.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously?
Taylor, I think Isaac is caught up in shady business.
Our paragon of virtue? No way.
Seriously, he's always home late, and now he's even dodging our questions.
He's sleeping with a girl. How dare he?
He just wants to treat us. You're reading into it too much.
He's peddling drugs. He's selling kids' toys to kids.
You say that now.
Oh, come on, man. When have I ever lied to you?
Are you wanting me to get out the list?
That monster. I think at some point depends. Like, it looks all like a storyline in the same house. I want one more.
Experience supplemental fragment. Betrayal.
Oh god, betrayal. The juicy bits. That's one day after our
Hey.
appointment.
I'm gonna be home late tonight.
Again?
Again.
What's going on?
Nothing, really. Just a lot of sales to close.
Raking in the cash lately, huh?
Ha, I wish. But not really. Already capped my commission for the month.
Wait, what? What incentive is there to sell products then?
I don't want to get fired?
Wait, Isaac, Dante. Dante is to the right, right? Isaac is left. If I don't misjudge. I mean, Dante has a point. Like, why getting a quota and you have fulfilled the quota, why put more effort into it when you get nothing out of it?
Oh, valid.
Besides, I'm hoping to nab that promotion next year. Putting in this extra work just seems like the right thing to do.
More money. But he doesn't get more money for doing it. Like, you could still meet the quota and then do a few more sales. Apparently not. He just said it, like he gets paid for doing his commissions, which he already reached. And it makes no sense to put too much effort after that into it, right? You still work and you can still do the normal things, but you don't have a reason to put more effort into more sales, except maybe for that. But that doesn't mean anything. But he already reached his quota. That means he's not getting extra money for more sales. Yeah, see, he reached this quota, so his saying like, I don't want to get fired, that's why I sell more than my actual quota, so I'm not getting fired, makes no sense. If the quota is there to see if we have someone who can fire because they are not doing well, when you reach it, why put more effort into it? You're already safe. Except maybe for this. As far as I understand, the quota is that extra money part. Like, here's your quota and you can earn 1,000 more this month if you reach it. But if you go beyond the quota, you're not getting paid more for additional sales. That's how commission-based jobs work. The salesman gets a percentage of the commission per sale typically. Okay. I don't know. Like, I have no experience in that field. Work yourself to death and earn $50 more a month. Yes. Be a good worker. Also work please 80 hours a month. Otherwise, we will die as a poor company. Don't worry, it's fine. Like, I have not really much knowledge or experience when it comes to that stuff. I also mostly think it's a dumb idea.
You're still on about that?
Of course.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why not?
You? With more responsibility?
Okay, we're fighting now.
I'm prepared.
No. Remember what I said about fighting in here? Either way, good luck with the promotion. I bet it's already yours.
Thanks, Taylor. At least you believe in me.
I never said I didn't believe.
You didn't have to.
Yeah, we can read between the lines.
What lines?
Dante is an insecure little pup. He's rude, but he's insecure. He plays over his insecurity with being rude. You can see this in his stance here. People who do this are on a defense. Not every time, but you can take it as a good guideline. Like people crossing their arms or doing this, that's usually a stance of like feeling attacked and trying to defend. Did not think you were going to say pup. He's a canine. Of course I can call him a pup. No matter if he's a wolf or a dog. Time to attack. Use attack. Sekamerai.
I totally plan to treat all the people that rooted for me. So don't think I'll forget about this betrayal, Dante.
Betrayal? I'm just looking out for you, man. Don't want you to bite off more than you can chew.
I'm honestly surprised. All that time with your nose buried in books. Figured you'd know how to read a room by now, too.
Okay, we're fighting now.
I'm prepared.
Oh god. I was expecting some vulgarity, to be honest. Doesn't need to go that way. Very easy ways to fight and argue without it.
Experience supplemental fragment. Pre-game plans.
I mean, from you. Should I take this as a compliment or I don't know? Because I'm disappointed in that fact. I'm not offended, Ebitsun, at all. I'm just like...
Hey, question.
I'm not offended. Okay, how do you mean it? Don't worry, it's fine. I know how it is. You're saying things, but you might mean it differently, so... Okay, you say I didn't mean it that way, so what do you mean? Don't worry, I'm not getting offended just because you tell me something. It's like, takes a lot to actually piss me off. I have no reason to be angry with you at all. I just want to understand. I meant when you started to say he's an insecure little pup, I was automatically prepared for bitch instead of pup. Ah. Okay. I get it. I don't know. It didn't cross my mind, actually.
Potential answer?
You all down to pregame before the nightclub?
Like you even had to ask.
Fair enough. Taylor?
Absolutely.
And Delta?
What is pre... What does that even mean? Huh?
No problem. I'll pick up a few things. Any suggestions?
Vodka.
So, pre-game means getting drunk before going out. Okay, I'm sorry. My experience with going out culture is nice zero. I was never into that.
Champagne.
I don't know what's... No, actually champagne is worse than vodka. I have no clue either. I mean, I understand this. This is not like some new fact I never heard of. I know a lot of people go and drink in their friend circle and then they go out. I know what that is. But the term of like pre-game? It's like, what? Yeah, just the term is not known to me. Why champagne? Champagne is horrible. Like, you're better off drinking vodka.
Cranberry juice.
Orange juice.
I'm not surprised about the orange juice. Honestly, it would have been even more funnier if he said carrot juice.
Whoa! Slow down! Remember, all the drinks at the club are covered. There's no need to be extravagant here. Sheesh.
Isaac, this is an excuse to be as extravagant as possible. If we were paying for both, we'd all be broke when we got home. Let's splurge, at least a little bit. If the bar is covered, we can pregame like royalty.
Pre-game? I'll take 20 juice, please.
That is such an odd way to justify wasting money.
I'm also not someone who's actually drinking, but if I ever... Like, if I have to drink and I have to choose something, then most likely I probably would drink vodka, because it's the least... the least offensive alcohol you can put into your body. Gamble! Don't. I only gamble in games where I can lose no actual money.
I don't know, Isaac. He has a point. You're hyping this up to be the best night ever. Do you want to remember it as the time we held back for no reason?
He has a point. Like, this is not a normal occurrence. This is a special moment event. This is okay to spend some money on it.
It's not holding back, it's saving money.
You know, he's like, saving money. And I'm like, aren't you working for the biggest company on the planet? You also have this house. Why would you not have at least some savings for occasions like this? Yeah, me too. Champagne is the worst. Like, it takes one normal, non-complete filled champagne glass to make me tipsy. It's the worst. But then again, because I'm not drinking, it affects me even more easily.
And I never said it'd be the best night ever. I only promised fun. If you fall victim to your own expectations, that's all on you.
You said we might be on the news.
You said we have access to an open bar.
Exactly. Tons of fun.
I don't know. I don't consider being on the news as tons of fun. The other part, okay.
Buzzkill.
Hold on. I wasn't finished yet. As much as I want to save money, you do have a point. We're lucky. We know in advance that this night will be memorable. That's a luxury we shouldn't waste. So, let's do our best to make it even more memorable.
Now you're talking, and I like what I hear.
Getting shit-faced isn't my definition of fun. I agree. You know? I had my times when I was drinking alcohol, and I was like okay with it because I never went overboard with it. And at some point I decided that I want to understand why people are so invested into getting drunk. So I did the worst thing you could think of. I literally just mixed any kind of alcohol together because I didn't want to drink each alcohol separately, just wanted to have one glass. So I did this and drank it and actually got drunk from it, which is of course no surprise logically. And I can tell you, it's the worst thing on this fucking planet. Because you will get vertigo. And I can tell you, vertigo is not fun. And if you don't understand what vertigo is, then do this. Turn yourself, spin yourself around on the place where you're standing, round and round and round and round and round, and then stop after 20-30 seconds. How do you feel? Yes, your environment is shifting around and you can't stand steady in place. You feel like vomiting. That's basically how you feel when you get drunk. And yes, try that, and then actually also do it late night when you also get fucking tired and you're now in this place of even if you lie down, you feel vertigo and you're like, holy shit, but I'm so tired, I wanna sleep. But if I'm going to sleep now, I feel like I will vomit into my own mouth and kill myself. So yeah, no, getting drunk is not fun. There's nothing good coming from it. Of course, everybody's definition and experience of getting drunk might be different, but that was my experience, and I cannot think of any reason why getting shit-faced is anything good. Imagine having a heart attack right as you drink a Monster Energy. No.
Where'd this man of wisdom come from, and what did he do with Isaac?
I'm growing.
Truly heartwarming.
Yay. The growing sub is here. I'm not meaning you, decent, cute paws. Remember seeing this. Hi there, how are you doing? I guess I can call you paws. Good. Glad you're feeling good.
Experience pivotal fragment. Special delivery.
Special delivery. Yes, welcome to Furry Visual Novel. Sometimes finding yourself just means realizing how lost you really are. Oh god, it's an Apple store. Run! Run fast! I like how they took the biggest company, Argus, and build it exactly the same way as Apple is doing it. It makes so much sense. Boop. Reboop. Do you know why Apple stores are built like this? They are built like this so you can interact with each product on your own. The people working at Apple stores are taught to never ever touch the device that the customer has in hand, because it it should give you a feeling of possessing something. If the customer already feels like they own the product, they are more likely to gonna buy said product. That's no joke, that's actual stuff they teaching Apple staff. You let them use the device, you're never going to argue or anything. If they ever have a question, you answer it. You let them also solve the problem if they see something, you're just giving directions. You never take the device from their hands and show them. They shall do it themselves. It must be shit to work in an Apple store, to be honest. I wouldn't be able to work there. Even if I liked Apple, I wouldn't be able to do that. Because I feel like that's shitty practice. I mean, it works, otherwise it wouldn't be in the guidelines for the staff. It's a psychological trick that works. I enter Isaac's store and I'm immediately taken aback by how fancy it is. I see, so Isaac works for Apple. I'm sorry, future Argus. A massive Argus Corporation logo at the back is kind of blinding though. In spite of that, I make my way toward it and closer to Isaac. He stands behind the register, lost in thought, but I could tell he was tired. That's why I have his boxed lunch in my paws. He forgot it at home and I wasn't busy. Thank you, Delta, for leaving the house. You are now allowed to leave the house only 2 more times today. It was a pretty harmless delivery, all things considered. I'm sure it would make him happy. Upon seeing me, his ears immediately perk up and the appearance of stress melts away.
Delta! Oh, what a lifesaver you are! Ugh, the only thing worse than working is working on an empty stomach. I promise it won't happen again. I'm not normally forgetful like this.
Num 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 num. Oh cool, can I ask my chat now? Do you want option 1 or option 2? Or are we going to discuss this topic for the next 10 minutes by avoiding a choice? Or would you like a choice? What do you want, chat? Do you want a choice or no choice? You know, Epitsune, if you were in reach. You know, Epitsune, if you were in reach, I would go over to you and I would start cuddling you and be extremely nice to you until you see the fallacies of your life decision. Look at them. They are so perfect. They work like a perfect system. Like one goes like the other one decides and the next one goes like, well, this person decides. No, look, the thing is this. There's no reason to be threatening. It is threatening enough if I'm getting nice with you. Like, I will make you so cared for that you're like, oh god, I guess I'm going to make a decision. The illusion of choice. Well, I'll take any excuse I can get to spend time with you. Imagine I'm streaming a game and involve my own chat in the game so they have an interactive experience with the stream, which is the reason you have live streaming. Oh no. Threatening is my love language, I guess. My best friend threatens my life daily, I'm used to it. Never. I guess I will take a mental note of that. So I have a few mental notes about Coffee Siphon. I have a few mental notes now about Epitune. Very nice. It's time that you give me some mental notes.
Whoa, subtle. Dante must be rubbing off on you.
There are other things you can rub off. What's in the note? Things you say sometimes.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but remember, don't flirt unless you plan to follow through with it. No one likes a tease.
Except you. You like the tease. Concern. Don't worry, there's nothing to concern. Only good things. Gives me a soft smile and turns back towards his computer. Toward! Why? When will I learn that? Tell me. Like literally. When will I learn this? When will I learn that it is toward and not towards? I don't know why towards is so ingrained in my fucking brain. I think I'm usually like, it's an action he is doing. It's an action she is doing. It's an action it is doing. And in my brain, because we have the conjugation of different I, you, he, she, it, it makes sense that toward is towards, but not toward. But I don't know why I'm not getting this out of my system. First brain problems. As he faces his work once more, the smirk turns into a grimace. Grimace? Grimace? Grimace. It was almost like his worries melted away as we spoke, flattering.
You'll never guess what happened. 10 of my installations this month have backfired. That means the people who bought them made illegal modifications. Basically, I lose the commission. Normally, I don't care, but 10 in a row? Something is clearly going on.
He strokes his chin like he's lost in thought. Concerned. It's odd how he hates when people mod their gear, but he does it all the time. I decide to ask him more about why. Nobody is around to spy or anything, except these multiple 10,000 devices around us, with microphones and cameras.
Not just modifications, Delta. Illegal modifications. What I do is harmless, and I still follow the terms of service. These people are actively causing harm, using the tech to aid in crimes and stuff.
Why are you not doing crimes? You know? Be crimes, do gay. Right, Isaac wouldn't be the type of person to commit a crime. No, he just commits a gay.
Besides, Argus wouldn't care if they found out about my mods. That's why we have zeros. You can basically abandon the system entirely. So when I mute an AI or change the colors of lights, it's nothing. I'd like to think that Argus has bigger problems. I mean, they clearly do.
Change the colors of lights? How is this an offense to the system? I was tapped out and thought you said it's hot how he mods his mods. It's hot how he mods his gear. Thought to myself, that's certainly a weird kink. Yeah, mod that. Ah, yeah. Change that light. Yes, change it. Change it to green. Makes sense to me, and now I understand why Isaac's house is so under-equipped. And I should get myself something to drink. Hooray! Audio save. 1 second. And I'm back. Hey Epiton, if you show me your mods, I show you mine. Ooh. How naughty. I just imagine like nerds going like, if you show me your comic collection, I show you mine. Wow, that's a really big comic collection. Can I touch it? Why implement invasive technology in your home if you don't have to, right? You could stick to the bare minimum, just enough to satisfy Argus.
I still feel like trash, though.
He's a trash panda. Oh wait.
It's my job to detect potential fraud. They slipped through my fingers, so I enabled their crimes. Argus can dock me points for that. Such a stupid rule.
It's my job to detect potential fraud. It slipped through my fingers. So I enabled their crimes. Why? So you sold them a device and they modified them. And then they brought it back because it was detected? How is that your fault? Unless they modified it? gave it to you for service, you didn't detect the mod, and then this entire thing happened, then I can understand that. That hardly seems fair. None of this seems to fit Isaac either, and it's odd. Man peddling wares he doesn't support or even use in his own life? Willingly giving Argus eyes and ears everywhere except his own home? I vocalize these thoughts and he shrugs.
A job is a job. That's what I always say.
It doesn't matter if you hate your job, right? Ha 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 ha.
Besides, it could never hurt to stay on Argus's good side. Climb the ladder, and you won't be there when they tip it over.
But it doesn't matter. You can be at the top of the system and still fall to 0. So it doesn't matter where you are in the system. Like, it makes no difference. You're not suddenly exempt from the system. Unless you are. Which I would imagine it is.
I like working around people too. And I mostly sell phones anyway.
Yay, phones. Those are, by the way, very wide phones. Are those all foldable phones? Foldable. Strange. Actual phones?
Big scale installations like vehicles and home security are few and far between. Can't argue with selling a kid their first phone though. Connecting them to the world.
Yes, at the age of 5, you give them their first phone. Good job. I mean, they are already interacting at the age of 1 or below that with with phones and tablets. Addiction unlocked, yeah. That's honestly a trend I do not like. Like, latest when you send a kid to kindergarten, in the worst case, in the best case when they first go to school, they are basically peer pressured into having a phone because others have it, which is dumb. It's even worse in America, where you are getting ridiculed when you do not own an iPhone, because the majority of kids in America have an iPhone, and because Apple has iChat, what is it called? iChat, and that thing shows a blue bubble for anyone who's writing in the chat from a non-iPhone, getting ridiculed for it is just fucking stupid. Which Apple should correct and still hasn't done. iMessage, yeah. And it's just stupid, especially since kids are so much more ruthless when it comes to things like that. As an adult, you care you care far less about that. But children are like in this growing up phase where they're still like learning things, and they feel like this is how it works, but in reality it doesn't. It's really stupid. And yeah, the other thing is addiction. Like, it's really, really concerning. Especially I see too many parents just here giving the kid the phone or the tablet so they just watch their favorite show or play their favorite game, so they just fucking shut up. Like, There's a balance. you can do. It's okay to have those devices around children, but you need to be responsible as a parent and limit the access and make them clear why, and make them understand that this is okay if you have limited access to those devices, even if it doesn't make much sense to them in the beginning. That's fair. It would be a bit I would be a bit conflicted if I were in his situation though. Argus has never done anything wrong, but they are still feared by a portion of the world. Working for them could be seen as working for the enemy by a lot of people. Argus is so secretive about everything they do, it's hard not to theorize. The temptation to boop you constantly is ruthless. But you created that temptation. It could be solved by some more transparency, but they are never willing to offer that. Yeah, imagine transparency. How disgusting. What's next? Unions? What's next? Less work? What's next? Better wages for the lower class? Ugh. Something about a mysterious corporation running the world seems to strike more obedience. It's Umbrella.
Hey, Delta. Let me see your phone.
Huh?
Come on. I promise not to scroll through your gallery.
But you should. I have nothing to hide. Yeah, that's what a lot of people think when they are also like, why should I encrypt my chat? I have nothing to hide. If they ever say that to you, go to them and say like, okay, you have nothing to hide, so give me your credit card, give me give me also your PIN number, give me your debit card, give me your PIN number. You have nothing to hide, right? I can look into your finances, right?
No one ever does. Seriously though, phone up.
I shrug and hand him my phone. I'm glad that I upgraded last month. Isaac seems to notice my brand new model. He looks around the store to make sure nobody's watching. Then a second later he runs the phone along some sort of scanning device.
Wanna know what I just did?
He throws my phone back at me. Thankfully I catch it. What the fuck, bro? Can't fucking throw a phone at someone? Are you okay? Catchphrase.
I just stole your identity.
Nice. How do you feel being me? What?
Rule number 1, never hand over your phone.
Correct. I hate when people want my phone. Oh, let me look. Trying to take my phone. Oh, how about no?
Even if it's someone you trust, it's just not worth it. One simple scan and I can do almost anything I want.
Oh yeah? Try me. Make my clothing disappear. Go on. You can do anything you want.
I could put your info on a new phone, impersonate you online. I could even overwrite the info on your current phone, change your identity.
Shocking, as I've never heard of hacking.
But I'd never do anything like that. Probably.
Probably. Very nice hint there. Before I can do anything, he starts laughing.
I'm just screwing with you, Delta. I'd never mess around with important stuff like that.
Lies.
I did a few things that might help you out while you look for a job, though. Play along with what I'm about to say. I need an excuse for the computer.
He clears his throat and starts using an acting voice like he's playing a part.
Terribly sorry for the inconvenience. Argus values you more than that. The next 6 months of all Argus-related subscription services are on the house. And not only that, but all Argus-associated venues will be 20% off.
Nice. Wait, that means they automatically will refresh my subscriptions, even if I don't want them, because it's not an automatically opt out at the end of the free subscription, right? Right? And can I call Argus Adobe instead? Whoa.
Is there anything else I can do for you at this juncture?
He winks at me and I'm not sure what to do or how to take what just happened. I appreciate the gesture. Gesture. But there's no way what he just did was allowed. He said he'd never break the law though. I trust him despite the anxiety. There's no telling what may come from this. I just wanted to do a good deed and now I feel immoral. Oh no! Completing the opposite of what I desired, I leave Isaac with his meal. Maybe we'd have time to talk about this later. Something happened in the top right corner. I didn't see it and only saw it slide away. Why are visual novels like that? Tell me. Because now I consider a 24-hour stream of this visual novel horrible, I say, horrible.
Experience supplemental fragment. The Quantum Leap.
Hey, anyone up?
I am now.
Remember, this is a chat talk. I'm curious. Now I'm curious, actually. So, let's see. All of you, do you have your phone connected to the internet when you're asleep?
What's up?
I know we're all focused on the nightclub thing lately, but did any of you start to think about New Year's Eve?
One thing at a time, man.
So Viv Noise says, usually not. Coffee size, I let God decide. And Epitune says, yes. That's no answer, Coffee. Retry with a concrete answer. Or you could just say, sometimes I do, sometimes I do not. Or usually I do. Or like Viv Noise, usually not. At this point I would say like, okay, so Epitune leaves it on. On silent? Or you hear it?
No, I have a good idea, so hear me out. We're gonna do the Quantum Leap.
The what? What?
The time warp?
Now you're just putting random words together.
It's a thing, I swear.
The time warp is a dance. Yes, I listen to music on my phone when I sleep, that is. Why would you need an internet connection for that? I have mobile data, so I leave my phone on ring in case I get an emergency call. Why would you need internet for an emergency call? Or is it now the thing that you only do calls over the internet? I mean, you can, but is that so commonplace now? So I don't use mobile data. Did I just debunk that, or I don't know.
Never heard of it.
All right. Listen up. You gather friends in a voice call, all from different time zones. You take a shot at midnight. Take another shot at midnight. Then another.
What does that have to do with Quantum Leap? My data gets used when my phone loses internet connection. But while I have internet, it's better on my wallet to use it. Why would it use your data when you have no internet connection? Where no data can be transferred, why would it use it?
See where I'm going with this?
Yes, getting drunk for no reason.
Whoa. Multiple midnights. The best part of New Year's Eve over and over.
Oh, I see. So he meant that in conjunction with New Year's Eve. My data gets used when my phone loses internet connection. If I get a call. But data and a phone call are two different things, unless the call is an internet call, aka uses a messenger to call someone over the internet. So it makes no sense when you have no internet connection that your data transfer is getting used when there is no data transfer occurring. See why I feel confused? That's basically saying when I have unplugged my PC from the internet, that my internet provider tells me I have used 500 gigabytes of data, which cannot be because I have no connection to the internet.
Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, the idea is that mobile data is available for data reception and transfer. I know what mobile data is, but you literally just said if I don't have my mobile data connection on, I use my data. Which makes no sense.
You're using time zones to promote alcohol abuse? Wonderful.
It's not abuse. And don't lie to us, Isaac. We all know you'd be drinking that much anyway.
You'll need a bit more than that to sell me on the idea.
Well, think about it this way. If you have multiple crushes, then that's multiple midnight kisses.
And how is that working through time zones, my friend?
Sold.
So he's easily convinced that virtual kisses over time zones count as real kisses. I'm sold. Coffee siphon on New Year's Eve. Getting... How many time zones do we have? 24? Do we have 24 time zones? Probably. Yes. So you wanna be kissed virtually 24 times because you have 24 crushes?
Wait, what? Who are you planning to kiss at midnight, let alone 4th midnight?
It's a surprise. Don't even worry about it.
Just so you know, if you come near me, I will destroy you.
Oh, don't worry. I think he will enjoy the idea of you destroying him. What?
This is gonna be such a disaster.
Oh no.
Experience pivotal fragment. Meeting Taylor.
For the very first time. Someone out there wants to be you, just as much as you want to be others. Time to destroy something or someone. Let's see, we have coffee, Americano, cafe latte, cappuccino, seasonal coffee, espresso, ristretto, lungo, con panna, flat white. Salted caramel, a special. Pumpkin spice, I guess. Latte. I can't read that. Chai latte. Tea Earl Grey chai. What is this? Wild cherry? Rooibos? Mineral? Food? Mine? Food? Minecraft? Bread? Pack sandwich? And Majira strawberry, which has no price. I'm right here, me. Oh look, Coffee Siphon. You're getting a day off tonight. Let's see. The espresso costs $3.50. That is average, I would say. Not that I would pay that for coffee. Also, espresso is so little amount of coffee that $3.50 is actually abysmal. Cafe latte for $5.80 is... What is this? Is this Switzerland? Pick me. Now you're fighting over it. Fine. No day off for you. Guess I get a sandwich instead. I sit at the table with Isaac and Dante, slowly chipping away at my dinner. Eating as a group isn't something we do every day, but today was special. I'd finally get to meet Tyler. He's pretty busy, so I've only seen him in the group chat. He's pretty busy being in his room, streaming for 12 hours a day. No, you said pick me. I didn't say it's like You just decided this on your own. I know he's a streamer and an internet personality, but I don't know much else. Sandwich is ready, boss. It's cool that someone popular like him was taking time to hang out with me, though. I've heard a lot about the guy, so I signed up for his group outing with no hesitation. I'm told this is the spot for our group. Mayonnaise jar is ready, boss. Whenever they want to hang out, it's usually here. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. Apparently they have the best hangover breakfast too.
Damn, Delta, you're inhaling that.
That's a strange way of saying that I nom on food. Yeah, it's delicious.
Can't tell us we're exaggerating anymore then. This is the best place in town. Full stop.
Yeah, definitely excited to come here Saturday morning. It's part of your master plan, isn't it?
Hey, nice try, Dante. No more info till Taylor gets here. And even then, we should let him and Delta get to know each other.
Don't you think the nightclub would be better for that? You know how Taylor gets after a couple drinks.
Oh, how does Taylor get after a few drinks? Tell me more.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Total lightweight, that one.
He's like me. Funny. Before anyone else can talk, Taylor steps in.
Hey, is that a compliment or an insult?
It's both.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Dante. Perfect. With a scoff, he sits down beside me. Beside me! Oh my god! And holds out a fist. I bump mine against his and then he lets out an exaggerated yawn. Resting one arm on the back of the booth, it felt like he was about to pull me in.
Ah, nice to meet you, Delta. Even prettier in person.
Wow, he's not shy of getting in right. Like right away, it's like, damn son. Same goes for you, way prettier.
Oh, I was talking about me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that you're totally not flustered by getting a compliment back. Yeah, uh-huh. Pretty kitty. Look at this kitty. Isn't he pretty? Yeah, I know. You mean me. I'm aware.
I guess you look pretty good as well. I'm kidding. You're a knockout. Don't forget it.
Uh-huh. I see.
Still your goal to flirt with all my friends, I see.
That's a pretty good goal. As long as the friends are nice. It's nothing wrong to flirt with your friends you like.
I'm getting pretty good at it too.
No, you are not. That was a mediocre flirt at best. He moves his arm from where it was and then points at the table. A pair of headphones rest in front of Dante. They get Taylor's attention.
Oh, those are the headphones my chat bought you?
Oh yeah.
And he kept his end of the bargain, Isaac? No more loud music keeping you up at night?
What kind of headphones are those? If not, like, I don't know, for $50 you're not really getting any good headphones.
Surprisingly, he did.
Perfect. No more fighting now, you hear me? Someone's gotta keep you kids in line.
Says the kid.
Anyway, let's get down to business. This whole nightclub thing, I looked at their website and not a single special event is listed.
Yeah, this is private. Just for us.
Wink wink, nudge nudge.
That means the whole news thing probably won't happen. But the other plans haven't changed. We still have an open bar.
And I have an audio save.
Perfect. That's all I cared about anyway.
Wait, what happened? That's a pretty big change to gloss over, man. Why was the media even a possibility in the first place?
Oh, right. My bad. They never announced the event, so nobody knows they canceled it. The plans that I have are still in full effect, though. Don't worry.
And those are...
I'm introducing all of you to a new friend. He's in town, and he said drinks are on him. That's all you get, though. The rest is a surprise. For real.
There's more? That seems like all of it to me. A friend is visiting and buying us drinks. You timed it with Delta's arrival, too.
Yeah, that's basically it.
So I don't have to pay for it myself. Isaac lets out a nervous laugh and rubs the back of his head. I can tell he's acting. There's a bit more to his plans for sure.
Oh, I've got it. I know who we're meeting.
Huh?
Isaac went and got himself a sugar daddy. I guess Argus isn't paying good enough anymore.
Who wouldn't like a sugar daddy?
What? No!
Oh no, the bottom is flustered.
That makes perfect sense, actually. Unless you'd like to prove us wrong.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Nice try. It's not going to work.
It already worked.
Just wait until Friday. It's not even that far away. Speaking of which, you're all still down to pregame?
Sounds good to me. I'm making a big list of snacks, too.
Great. I'll pick up some of the booze and juice. Let's get started around 4 p.m. Sound good?
And how is 4 p.m. less terrible than 2 p.m.? It doesn't make even a difference. Oh, by the way, it's juice time. Oh, by the way, if you ever drink alcohol and you want to do good, don't drink on an empty stomach, point 1. And 2, eat those small things that are, how is it called? Well, I'll be leaving now. Well, thank you, Abitsune, for being here. Take care and have a wonderful rest. And if you still return before I finish the stream, then until then. What's it called again? Let me look it up. Drink alcohol on the empty stomach to get drunk faster. Yes, also to vomit more. So, don't drink on an empty stomach, and then when you are drinking, drink also water. Also, did you know it helps eating things that are fermented, like pickles or the small little onions. Things like that also help a lot to not get drunk so easily. It's called being efficient, yes, and self-destructive. Good job.
Day drinking?
Day drinking.
A moment later, the server comes and hands us our bills. Oh, that's a nice server. The server comes over and gives you money. Oh, not that. I noticed that mine has the discount Isaac assigned to my identity. This is probably a good time to ask him more about it. It still feels wrong.
Oh, he did that to you as well?
He fooled me too, I gotta admit.
Huh?
All of that stuff is just taken out of his paycheck. And if it's not, he's just abusing his friends and family discount.
Why is it abusing his friends and family discount when you are his friends? And you are allowed to have this discount.
He's definitely not as dark and brooding as you think.
Thanks for ruining it, dude. I just wanted to be nice and impress Delta. Besides, it's a valid cover-up. Nobody really wants to accept pity money.
Fact that I'm jobless is now more apparent than ever. Yay! I appreciate Isaac's gesture, but I did save up a lot before moving. It will help me out, but it wasn't necessary. I thank him just to clear the air.
No problem. Glad to know you appreciate it. I always want to help, no matter how it comes across. It just felt better to remove any chance of offending you.
He glances at Taylor as he says that. I'm assuming he didn't react well to Isaac's pity money. But I can actually understand how that would wound someone's pride.
Well, I've come to love it, trust me. But right now, there's an even bigger dilemma at hand.
You know, imagine it is Christmas or your birthday, and you have no idea what, like, it is Christmas or someone's birthday, and you have no idea what to give them. You know what's the best thing to do then? Give them money. Why? Because with the money, they can decide what they gonna do with it, no matter what it is. It's not like an offensive thing to do. It's a good thing to do. It's just honest. It's better than buying something they probably not gonna like. He opens the menu and looks it up and down.
Just what do I order?
I don't know, dude, but let's look at the menu. You have Minecraft bread, Pax sandwich, which means peace sandwich, and Majira strawberry, which nobody can buy because it has no actual price. How funny.
Experience supplemental fragment. Meeting a 0?
No. 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 That's getting ahead, and we don't want that yet. So, this is where I'm going to stop. Which saddens me. Actually, I really enjoy this, and I would probably stream this for hours on end. But so it is not. I have a better question. How does one even get out of this?